What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to Takedown Talks. I'm gonna give you one bet. That's right, one bet for every single fight on the card. And at the end of the video, I'll give you my single most confident bet of the card. Most of you guys probably don't know, but I used to give betting spots for every single fight in a fight card in 2024. We were having a lot of success. I want to continue doing the betting spots video in 2025 too, but altering a little bit by giving a single pick for every single fight or a play. By the way, if you have not joined our Discord server, make sure you join our Discord server. We have a great community and it's harmonious in nature. Link is in the description below. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. First fight of the night, Carli versus Nikolay. Carli is coming off that KO win over Dubin. Carli is a high volume striker. She comes forward with a lot of pressure and she puts a lot of pace on her opponents. If I'm not mistaken, Carli and Ernestika Cavalcante set a flyweight record for most significant strikes landed. Both of them combined landed, I think, 350 strikes or 400 strikes, closer to 400 strikes. Carli is so tough, she's so durable. On the other hand, Nikolay, she is a grappler. She has decent striking with good technique. She uses her striking a little bit in the early going of the fight, or whenever she feels that she is not comfortable on the feet, she goes for the level change. This is a lot closer fight than the odds suggest. Carli is like minus 345. Yeah, as for the bet of the fight, I will take fight starts round 3 minus 260. Yeah, I like fight starts round 3 in this fight. I could see a late finish for either girl. Either a KO for Carli or submission for Cagliari, but I think this probably goes to decision. The pick is Judice by decision. We move on to the next fight of the night, Bruno Ferreira versus Jackson McVey. Bruno Ferreira is coming off that submission win over Arman Petrosian. Bruno Ferreira is a striker in general, but he can also mix in a little bit of grappling. He has legit KO power. He slapped Robocop in his debut. His losses are to quality opponents Ruziboyev, Abus Magomedov. On the other hand, we have Jackson McVey. Jackson McVey is making his UFC debut. He was supposed to fight Cedric Domas. That fight fell through. McVey is the larger man in this fight. He's the taller and longer fighter, but he has not gotten out of first round yet. Bruno Ferreira is the most proven fighter. I'll pick Bruno Ferreira. As for the bet, give me Bruno Ferreira inside the distance minus 185. Yeah, I like Bruno Ferreira to get a finish in this fight. That line is playable. We move on to the next fight of the night, Ryan Spann versus Lukasz Brzeski. This is Ryan Spann's second fight in the heavyweight division. He got knocked out in his last bout by Waldo, but Waldo is a top 5 heavyweight, no shame in that. On the other hand, Lukasz Brzeski is coming off that knockout loss to Kennedy Nzechukwu. Both these fighters are 1-4 in their, but Spann has been looking at least somewhat competitive in their fights, where Lukasz Brzeski got slapped badly in 3 of those 5 fights. I'll pick Spann. Give me Spann inside the distance. As for the bet, I like Spann moneyline. Spann inside the distance is not bad either, but it's minus 160. I would rather take Spann moneyline. Spann moneyline is around minus 210. Yeah, give me Spann moneyline as for the bet, as also the pick. we move on to the next fight of the night. Crute versus Marcin Prachnio. Crute is talented, guys, but he has not won a fight in 5 full years. Yeah, that's crazy. He's 0-2-3 in his last 5 fights. Crute has to be one of the unlucky fighters in the roster. Crute is a grappler. Marcin Prachnio is a striker. Crute has decent control when he takes the opponents to the ground. He also is looking for the finish in the ground, either a TKO or a submission. Marcin Prachnio, in his prime, he was somewhat okay or decent. He beat Carli Roundtree though. That was like 4.5 years ago or 5 years ago, when he was a little bit decent. But his grappling defense and takedown defense sucks. He got submitted by Modestus Bukauskas from a wrong side of the arm triangle. I watched that fight live. I was like shocked that Bukauskas was able to submit him from the wrong side of the arm triangle choke. Yeah, Crute should take this fight to the ground. He probably finishes him inside the 2 rounds. But if Crute can't get this fight to the ground, Prachnio could knock him out. As for the bet, I'll take under 2.5 for -140, -145. Yeah, I like under 2.5. It covers both sides. If Crute get a TKO or submission, or even Prachnio could get a knockout or TKO, it covers both sides. I like under 2.5. We move on to the next fight of the night. Ateba Gautier versus Robert Valentin. Ateba Gautier is coming off that knockout loss over always durable, always tough Jose Punching Bag Medina. Ateba Gautier is an phenom. He's an absolute unit. He is 6'4" with 81-inch reach. And on top of that, he's only 23 years old, guys. Only 23. The sky is the limit for Ateba Gautier. He hits like Francis Ngannou at 185. He is different, man. I don't think Robert Valentin will survive on the feet with Ateba Gautier. But 3 years ago, Ateba Gautier lost to a regional guy by wrestling and grappling. Robert Valentin doesn't have a good takedown entries, but he has a good jiu-jitsu. His grappling is decent. I don't think Valentin will get this fight to the ground. On the feet, it's night and day. Ateba Gautier should be the far superior striker. Even if it goes past, even if it goes later rounds, I think Ateba Gautier can win a decision win too. I was looking at the KO prop for Ateba. It's -280. Then I saw Ateba KO or decision. It's around -330, -320. I like Ateba KO or decision as for the bet. Even round 1 KO is +160 and round 2 is +350. I like those two too. Yeah, give me Ateba Gautier to win by KO or decision. Under 1.5 is not bad either. We move on to the next fight of the night. Adam Fugitt versus Islam Dulatov. Adam Fugitt is coming off a win over Josh Conlan, which was a very close fight. Could have gone either way. Dulatov is a fun prospect to watch. He has striking, he has grappling, he has wrestling. He's so fast on the feet. I think Islam Dulatov can give a lot of problems for Adam Fugitt. Fugitt is kind of hittable. If he comes forward and tries to pressure Islam Dulatov, I can see Islam Dulatov catching him, because he will be doing the same thing. Islam Dulatov want to pressure you. He want to be in the front pedal always. I can see Islam Dulatov knocking him out, or even hurting him and jumping on a submission or something. Yeah, give me Islam Dulatov inside the distance. As for the bet, give me under 1.5, minus 210. That's decent. Islam Dulatov is minus 650. Under 1.5 is minus 210. I like under 1.5 in this fight. We move on to the next fight of the night. Francisco Prado versus Nikolay Veretennikov. Francisco Prado is coming off that loss over Jake Matthews. On the other hand, we have Nikolay Veretennikov, who got absolutely destroyed by Austin Vanderford on the ground. He got finished eventually. His takedown defense and grappling defense got exposed a little bit by, not a little bit, by a mile, by Austin Vanderford. The thing with Francisco Prado is he's a 55er. I don't know why he moved up to 170. Maybe he's a lot bigger than we think. He looks small to me. Veretennikov is a big welterweight. Even though he got embarrassed in his last fight, he's a big guy. He has good striking. He went to split decision with Danny Barlow, who is also a good striker. Francisco Prado should pressure Veretennikov, mixing a wrestling a little bit here and there. Should get a finish later in the fight. It's a close fight. I want to pick Veretennikov, but he's so bad on the ground, and he's also 12 years older than Francisco Prado. Yeah, the pick is Francisco Prado inside the distance. As for the bet of the fight is over 1.5, minus 250. Yeah, I like over 1.5 in this fight. I think it goes over 1.5. If there's a finish, I could see in the later part of second round or early third round. Yeah, give me over 1.5 as for the bet. We move on to the next fight of the night. Marvin Vettori versus Brendan Allen. Marvin Vettori is coming back after the decision loss to Roman Dolidze. On the other hand, Brendan Allen is coming off that decision loss to Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Classic grappler versus grappler matchup. Marvin Vettori came back after a 2-year layoff to fight Roman Dolidze earlier this year. He looked dusted. He didn't look like himself. Maybe it's because of the layoff. Also remember Marvin Vettori's last fight was a rematch. He beat Dolidze in their first fight. He didn't look like the same guy. Marvin Vettori typically strikes a lot than he grapples. He throws a lot of volume. He has a good durability and good chin for a middleweight. Brendan Allen mixes his striking and grappling in a lot of his fights, but he is not as durable and tough as Marvin Vettori. If Brendan Allen could not get Marvin Vettori to the ground, this fight is a lot closer than the minus 220 odds, because Marvin Vettori will be throwing more volume and more power. If you go and look at Marvin Vettori's record, he probably has more decision wins than finish, but trust me, he can KO Brendan Allen. He hurt Jared Cannonier in the first round, almost finished him, at least hurt him to the point he could get a finish. He also hurt Paulo Costa in their fight. He also had a lot of moments against Roman Dolidze in their first fight. But those three guys has good durability and better chin than Brandon Allen. Brandon Allen got KO'd by Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis. I have noticed a trend in Brandon Allen fights. He doesn't engage in a lot of striking. On the other hand, Marvin Vettori is going toe for toe in all his fights. He's landing big. He's also getting hit a lot by big shots. If this becomes a scrap, I think Marvin Vettori will win. Marvin Vettori is also not easy to take down. He has good takedown defense. Yeah, I'll pick the underdog. Give me Marvin Vettori by decision. As for the bet, I'll take over 2.5 minus 300. That's a good Paulo piece if you ask me. Yeah, I like over 2.5. We move on to the next fight of the night. Phillips versus Vinicius Oliveira. This is the featured prelim of the night. Phillips is coming off that loss over Rob Font, where he gassed out so bad. On the other hand, Vinicius Oliveira is coming off that upset win over Saeed Nurmagomedov. Phillips is a well-rounded guy. He has flashy kicks, a spinning back fist, head kick. He does all the flashy stuff, but that was his downfall in his last fight. He did all these things and started to out-wrestle Rob Font in the first round. After the first round, his whole body got shut down or something. He gassed so bad. Rob Font was coming forward, pressured him, put a pace on him, and got a win over Phillips. He was also a massive underdog. Rob Font was, I think, plus 300, plus 400 underdog. Phillips dropped the balls there. Vinicius Oliveira is on a 4-fight UFC streak. He KO'd Victor in a contender series. He KO'd Bernardo Sapai in round 3. He beat Ricky Simon, then Saeed Nurmagomedov. Vinicius Oliveira is a pressure striker. He puts a lot of pressure on his opponent. He also has legit KO power. He also has sneaky submissions in his arsenal. If you look at his regional scenes fight, he goes for submissions a lot. If Phillips has not improved his cardio yet, this will be a nightmare of a matchup for Phillips. I think it's already a nightmare. Even if he improves his cardio, I think Oliveira will keep coming forward. He has more pressure. He puts more pressure on people than Rob Font. Rob Font has passed his prime. He put a lot of pressure on Phillips. I think Vinicius Oliveira will put a pressure on him, eventually get a round 3 knockout or decision. Give me Vinicius Oliveira by late finish or decision. As for the bet, I will take Oliveira moneyline. It's sitting around at minus 143. Yeah, I like Oliveira moneyline. On to the next fight of the night. Michael Johnson and Daniel Zellhuber is kicking off the main card. Michael Johnson is an absolute legend of the sport. He's coming off that win over Ottoman Asaitar, where he knocked him out. Ottoman Asaitar is a fraud. On the other hand, Daniel Zellhuber is coming off that split decision loss to Esteban Ribovics. That fight was so close, could have gone either way. Both guys hurting each other in the last round. That was the swing round, in my opinion. Yeah, Daniel Zellhuber showed his toughness and durability in that fight. I think this fight will primarily stays on the feet. Zellhuber can mix in his little bit grappling. I think Daniel Zellhuber will get a KO or decision. Submission, even though Johnson has been submitted like 10 times or 9 times, I think this will likely goes to decision. Yeah, I will take Daniel Zellhuber by decision. As for the bet, Daniel Zellhuber is minus 650. I will take Daniel Zellhuber KO or points minus 220. I like Daniel Zellhuber KO or points. Move on to the next fight of the night. Dan 50k Ige versus Patricio Pitbull. Dan Ige is coming off that knockout win over Sean Woodson, where I thought he was losing the fight, but the judges had it 2-0 Ige, which was kinda confusing. Anyway, he got the knockout. On the other hand, Patricio Pitbull, he made his UFC debut against Yair Rodriguez, where he was outgunned on the feet, also on the mat. Yair Rodriguez outworked him basically. Dan Ige is a powerful striker. He has legit KO power when he lands clean and precise. He has been fighting the upper echelons of fighter for his whole career. That's why he has a lot of losses. But he's so tough. He has never been finished in his UFC career or in his MMA career. Patricio Pitbull is 38 years old. I think it's fair to say he's past his prime. His prime was like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. But I think it's a lot closer matchup than the odds suggest. I see Ige minus 220, that odds are so wide. This is a lot favorable matchup for Patricio Pitbull. Pitbull can get the takedowns. Dan Ige is not the best defensive grappler or wrestler. Pitbull can get takedowns here and there to secure rounds. If the fight stays close on the feet, I could see Pitbull getting 1 or 2 takedowns to secure a round. Yeah, it's a 50-50 fight. Give me Dan 50k Ige by decision. As for the bet, I will take over 2.5 as a bet. That's a good parlay piece in my opinion. Rather taking Dan Ige minus 220, you can take the over 2.5 minus 250. Pitbull is also so durable. I think he has been KO'd like once, I think. Yeah, he has been KO'd once or twice, but he's so tough. In his last fight, Yair Rodriguez is a finisher. He also couldn't finish Pitbull, even though he hurt him once or twice in that fight. Yeah, I think this fight goes to distance. Give me over 2.5 as the bet. We move on to the next fight of the night. Featured fight of the card. Kevin Holland versus Daniel Rodriguez. Striker versus striker matchup. Kevin Holland is long and lengthy for the 170 division. On the other hand, Daniel Rodriguez is getting up there in age. He's almost 39 years old. He's also slowing down a little bit. He coming off that knockout win over Santiago Ponzinibbio, where he looked okay. Ponzinibbio is also so washed at this point. I don't know how much you can put weight on that win. On the other hand, Kevin Holland is coming off that impressive submission win over Lukasz. I didn't think Kevin Holland was gonna submit Lukasz. I thought if he wins, he probably knocks him out. But the submission was surprising because Lukasz has good grappling and good jiu-jitsu. Lukasz is known for his star choke, but Kevin Holland finished him with an iconic choke. That's crazy. Anyway, I think Kevin Holland should win this fight. Daniel Rodriguez is so tough. Kevin Holland could knock him out, but who did Kevin Holland knock out in his last 10 fights? I don't know. Even submission, Kevin Holland is not gonna shoot on D-Rod. Daniel Rodriguez is not gonna shoot on Kevin Holland. I think this fight will probably stay on the feet. I could see this fight going to distance. See Daniel Rodriguez getting hurt and Kevin Holland snatching up his neck or something. I think this probably goes to distance. even though it's not a popular pick. Yeah, I will take Kevin Holland by decision. As for the bet, I will go with the safer path. I will take Kevin Holland money line. It's minus 450. Not a bad parlay piece. We move on to the co-main event of the evening. Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov. Paulo Costa is coming off that Sean Strickland loss. Paulo Costa is coming off that loss over Sean Strickland, which was listed as split. I don't think it was a split. It was Roman Kopylov is a dynamic striker. Yes, legit KO power. He can finish a lot of fights. He can finish anyone if he lands clean or if the defense lacks, like Paulo Costa. I watched back that Paulo Costa fight against Vettori. Paulo Costa was shelling up whenever Vettori throws a combination of punches. Against this matchup for Paulo Costa, if Roman Kopylov gets his game going, I could see Roman Kopylov finishing Paulo Costa in the later rounds. Paulo Costa has to wrestle or clinch up, make Roman tired, wear around him, so he could have a chance against Roman Kopylov. But I don't think Paulo Costa is gonna do anything. He's 1-4 in his last 5. That one win is over Luke Rockhold, where he went to war, absolute war. He could not even finish Luke Rockhold at this age. I don't see Paulo Costa winning. Maybe if he mix in his wrestling and grappling, maybe he could have a success. But I think Roman Kopylov will keep this fight on the feet, light up Paulo Costa for a decision win or even a later finish. Give me Roman Kopylov by decision. As for the bet, I will take Roman Kopylov moneyline. It's sitting around at minus 215. Yeah, I like Roman Kopylov moneyline. Before we jumping into the main event, take a look at how we did in the last week. We absolutely smashed the card. We profited over 35 units from the UFC Nashville card itself. Then we profited over 10 units from PFL and other regional promotions. Last year we profited over 400 units, which was absolutely free. I gave all my MMA bets for free for the whole year, which is 2024. So far this year we have profited over 220 units in net. We have been absolutely killing it. I have been tracking for the last 14 months. From those 14 months itself, we have profited over 600 units in net profit. I have been betting for last 5 to 6 years in MMA. All my bets are third party tracked. You can double check if you want. If you want to access all my MMA bets, make sure you join our Discord server and send me a DM. I will guide you from there. It's just $10 a month, $2.5 a week. We have profited over 35 units if we combine the regional MMA 45 units from last week itself. That covers years of membership. Don't miss out the big wins, guys. Make sure you become a member in our server. Alright, main event time. Max Blessed Holloway is taking on Dustin the Diamond Poirier for the BMF title. We all know about Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier, guys. Both guys are phenomenal strikers. Of a loss to the champions. Max Holloway got knocked out by Oliveira Porier, whereas Dustin Poirier got submitted by Islam Makhachev. If you guys don't know, this is a trilogy. Yeah, both Max Holloway and Dustin Poirier has fought twice already. Dustin Poirier is up 2-0. Their last fight was 6 years ago. Last fight, people will ignore the first fight. It was almost a decade ago. Both fighters are it's not the same fighter. Anything they are right now. Max Holloway didn't look like a lightweight there. He looked like a chubby 145er. If you compare that Max Holloway to the Max Holloway that fought Justin Gaethje, both physics there's a huge difference in their both physics. Max Holloway was so built and good, looked so solid for a 155 in his fight against Justin Gaethje. Dustin Poirier was hurting Max Holloway in their second fight a lot. I think it's a lot to do with him being a natural 145er, doesn't have a build at the time for a 155. I think if he comes in as he looked like against Justin Gaethje, I think Max Holloway could edge out a decision. Yeah, the more weight you carry and the less weight you cut, it's better for your body and your durability. But Max Holloway also got KO'd by Poirier in his last fight. I don't think one KO is gonna crack your chin forever. I think Max Holloway will be back. It's so tough to pick the fighter who is retiring to win the fight. I don't remember last time where a fighter who is openly said I'm retiring in this fight has won a fight, except Robbie Lawler, but he fought Nico Price, who's also past his prime. But Max Holloway is fighting Dustin Poirier. This is Dustin Poirier's last fight. Max Holloway is not washed. Max Holloway is still in his prime, still in his peak of his career. I also looked at Dustin Poirier's Instagram. Dustin Poirier is looking at his best shape of his life. He's looking shredded and ripped. I think this fight could be a split decision type of fight, but I will take the guy with more volume, more output. Max Holloway also altered his style a little bit. He changed a little bit after his style to not engaging a lot in a boxing exchange by taking one and giving one. He became a little bit more technical than he used to be. He's also mixing in kicks, knees, and head kicks, spinning back kicks, etc. Even though both fighters have evolved a lot, I think Max Holloway has clearly improved a lot more than Dustin Poirier has improved. I gotta go with Max Holloway, man. I'll take Max Holloway by decision. The fight game is so brutal. Not everyone can have a fatal ending. Let's see if Poirier can get a W in his last fight. The pick is Max Holloway. As for the bet, I will take fight starts round 3 minus 350. Yeah, I like the fight starts round 3 minus 350 is decent. Earlier this week it was minus 290. Yeah, I will also give a bonus bet for the main event. I will take Max Holloway to land the most significant strikes in the fight. Max Holloway has been outstruck by only one man in his UFC career, that is Volkanovski. I don't think Dustin Poirier is gonna throw more volume than Max Holloway. Yeah, I'll take the fight starts round 3 and Max Holloway to land the most significant strikes. Alright, we came to the last part of the video, which is my single most confident bet for UFC 318 for you guys. As for the first leg, I will take Kevin Holland moneyline minus 450. It's not bad compared to other lines and the fighter's career trajectory. Kevin Holland should absolutely win this fight. As for the second leg, I will take Vettori and Allen over 2.5. Yeah, that is it, guys. This is the most confident play of the card. Holland moneyline plus Vettori / Allen over 2.5. I like this parlay a lot. Found this video useful, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you are new. Comment something for the algorithm. If you want to get my personal bets, you can join our Discord server and DM me. We have been absolutely killing it. Everything is third party tracked. You can check it out in the Discord server. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.